Good morning students. I am Anil Kumar, Assistant Professor, Commerce Department, Soundarya Institute of Management and Science. In this video, I am going to explain how to calculate the value of unsold stock or the value of closing stock on consignment. So for calculating the value of unsold stock, we need to follow this format. Let's go through the format. The first one, goods sent on consignment, and add non-recurring expenses of consignor. Consignor means the person who sends the goods to the agent. So non-recurring expenses means these are the expenses which are incurred during the transit of goods. For example, carriage, loading and unloading charges, cartage, etc. So nothing but these are the expenses which are incurred to bring the goods from the place of consignor to the place of consignee. Now deduct the normal loss and abnormal loss occurred during the transit of goods. While deducting normal loss, deduct only the total quantity, because normal loss which we already expected, and normal loss, it's already a part of the cost of production. That's why here we need to deduct only total quantity and not the total amount. But in abnormal loss, we have to deduct total quantity and also total amount, because abnormal loss is a sudden unexpected event. That's why we need to deduct abnormal loss from total quantity and also from total amount. You will get cost of goods received by consignee. Now add non-recurring expenses of consignee. Consignee means the person to whom the goods are sent, nothing but agent. Add non-recurring expenses of consignee and deduct normal loss and abnormal loss occurred in the place of consignee, nothing but normal loss and abnormal loss occurred in godown of consignee. You will get goods available for sale. So deduct sales from goods available for sale, you will get the value of closing stock. So this is the format we need to follow while calculating the value of closing stock. Let's go through the problem. This is problem number 2, and this question was asked in the year 2019 question paper for 6 marks, the Bangalore University. Let's go through the problem. Mr. Pankaj of Bangalore consigned 2000 kg goods costing rupees 20 per kg to Mr. Ranga of Hyderabad on consignment basis. Here Mr. Pankaj sends 2000 kg of goods to Mr. Ranga on consignment basis. Here Mr. Pankaj sending goods, Mr. Pankaj is considered as consignor and Mr. Ranga receiving goods, and Mr. Ranga is considered as consignee, nothing but agent. And Pankaj is a consignor, and Pankaj paid freight rupees 1000, cartage rupees 450 and insurance rupees 150. So these are the non-recurring expenses of consignor, and all these expenses incurred on road, nothing but these expenses are incurred during the transit of goods from Bangalore to Hyderabad. The next information, on the way 1/4 of the consignment was lost by accident. So total goods consigned is 2000 kg. Out of 2000 kg, 1/4 of the consignment, nothing but 25% of the consignment, which means 500 kg of goods was lost by accident. So this is normal loss or abnormal loss. This loss is the abnormal loss in transit. On the way, nothing but while taking goods from Bangalore to Hyderabad, 1/4 of the consignment was lost by accident. Normal loss means the loss arises because of leakage, evaporation, breakage or drying, etc. Abnormal loss means which arises because of unexpected or sudden events like fire, flood, earthquake, or accident, or theft. So these are the abnormal loss. In this problem, the goods was lost by accident. It's a abnormal loss. And insurance admitted the claim to the extent of 5,000. Here consignor has taken insurance policy for the abnormal loss of goods, and for that insurance company provided the claim amount of rupees 5,000. This information should not be taken into consideration while calculating the value of unsold stock or the value of closing stock. The next, consignee sold 1400 kg at rupees 40 per kg. This information relating to sales, and incurred the following expenses like unloading charges 400, go down rent 1000, and selling expenses 600. So these are the expenses incurred by consignee. But in these expenses we should take only unloading charges because this is non-recurring expenses, but go down rent and selling expenses of rupees 600 is not a non-recurring expenses, it's a recurring expenses. These expenses were incurred after reaching the goods to the place of consignee. So these two expenses should not be taken while calculating the value of unsold stock. Now calculate the value of unsold stock. So make three columns. First column for particulars, second column total quantity, and third column total amount. The first we should take goods sent on consignment. Goods sent on consignment. So here the total goods sent on consignment is 2000 kg. So total quantity is 2000 kg, and what's the total amount? 2000 kg costing 20 per kg. So 2000 kg multiplied by 20 per kg, you will get 40,000. This is goods sent on consignment. Now add non-recurring expenses. Non-recurring expenses of consignor. So in this problem, a consignor is Pankaj. So Pankaj paid flight 1000, cartage 450, and insurance 150. So all these expenses were non-recurring expenses. So flight 1000, cartage 450, insurance 150. So total you will get 1000 plus 450 plus 150, 1600. Total quantity will be 2000 kg, and total amount 40,000 plus 1600, 41,600. Now deduct normal loss in transit. Normal loss in transit. In this problem there is no normal loss. In this problem there is no normal loss because the goods was lost by accident. So this is abnormal loss. So normal loss is not given, so nil. Now deduct abnormal loss. Abnormal loss in transit. So abnormal loss is given because goods was lost by accident. How much? 1/4 of the consignment. The total consignment is 2000 kg. In that 1/4 means 500 kg. 500 kg. 500 kg worth of goods were lost in an accident. This is abnormal loss. How do you treat the abnormal loss? Abnormal loss should be deducted from total quantity and also total amount. And we have written total quantity. Then how to calculate total amount? Total amount calculated like this. Here 41,600 is incurred for 2000 kg. Then how much for 500 kg? So like this, 41,600 divided by 2000 kg. 2000 kg. 41,600 rupees incurred for 2000 kg. Then how much for 500 kg? So 41,600 divided by 2000 kg. Then how much for 500 kg? You will get 10,400 rupees. Now cost of goods received by consignee. So 2000 kg minus 500 kg, 1500 kg, then 41,600 minus 10,400. You get 31,200. It's the cost of goods received by consignee. The consignor part is over. Now take consignee part. So add non-recurring expenses incurred, non-recurring expenses of consignee. So in this problem, the consignee expenses were incur the following expenses: unloading charges 400, go down rent 1000, selling expenses 600. So in these expenses, the non-recurring expenses is only the unloading charges, because this is the expenditure which were incurred during the transit of goods. But go down rent and selling expenses incurred the goods after reaching the place of consignee. So that's why go down rent and selling expenses should not be taken. Take only unloading charges. So here non-recurring expenses, unloading charges. How much unloading charges? Unloading charges rupees 400. Rupees 400. Now deduct normal loss and abnormal loss occur in the place of consignee. Nothing but normal loss and abnormal loss occurred in go down. But in this problem, there is no such loss. So ignore it. You will get goods available for sales. Goods available for sale. So 1500 kg and 31,200 plus 400, 31,600. Now deduct sales minus sales. So total sales is 1400 kg. The consignee sold 1400 kg. So deduct 1400 kg from the quantity. 1400 kg from the quantity. Here the total amount is nil, and you will get the value of closing stock. So 1500 kg minus 1400 kg, the value of closing stock will be 100 kg. To calculate the value of closing stock, the amount of closing stock. How to calculate the amount of closing stock? See here, 31,600 rupees is incurred for 1500 kg. Then how much for 100 kg? So 31,600 is incurred for 1500 kg. Then how much for 100 kg? So you will get 31,600 divided by 1500 kg. Then how much for 100 kg? So 2,106 rupees is the value of closing stock. This is the value of closing stock. Here you can calculate the actual value of abnormal loss. What's the actual value of abnormal loss? So what's the value of abnormal loss? Abnormal loss is rupees 10,400. 10,400. But the insurance company paid rupees 5,000 as the insurance plan. So total abnormal loss is 10,400. In that, insurance company paid 5,000 as a insurance plan. Now actual loss for consignor is 10,400 minus 5,000. So rupees 5,400 is the actual value of abnormal loss. Is the actual value of abnormal loss. But here we have to calculate only the value of closing stock. The value of closing stock will be 100 kg and the total amount is 2,106 rupees. It's the solution for this problem. Okay, thank you students.